Whenever I get a Mazda CX-5 to drive, I have this feeling almost of relief. I know I'm going to feel good in the car. It's just all is well in the world. This weekend we went away for a bit of a driving holiday, so I really got to test out the pros and the cons of the new CX-5. Here's how it performed over a week with my family. So I'm in the CX-5 GT, which is second from the top of the range. There are 5 CX-5s in this range, so this one is second best and it looks it. I always think Mazdas look more expensive on the road than they really are, which is a good thing. I mean, this car is around $47,000, so it's not cheap, but it almost plays into the higher end category of mid-size SUVs, looks-wise. The interiors are also pretty cool. This GT model has leather seats and a leather steering wheel. You've got some wooden accents along here, and there's a really nice softness to the dash and the doors, so it feels pretty great in here. The center console is nicely designed, though I do wish they'd integrate the screen into the dash, but it still looks good. There are some high gloss and alloy accents around the gear shifter, which just really lifts things and makes it feel stylish. You'll get 2 cup holders up the front, plus a spot to chuck your phone or your keys. You get a nicely sized center storage bin in here, plus a bottle holder in each door. Space is also quite good in here. Both me and my taller husband fit in really nicely, and because we were going away for the long weekend, we really got to test out how comfortable the seats were on a long drive. I have been known to complain about car seats on long drives before, but this car passed the test. My 2 children fit nicely in the back here. I mean, there's not a huge amount of excess space, especially when you're going away and you're driving for a few hours, so the kids had their backpacks or their toys, but they still had enough room, just not a lot of room. And you can also actually fit a 3rd child seat in the middle. It will be tight, but you know what? It's a mid-size SUV, not a large SUV, so that's expected. Rear passengers will get 2 cup holders in the center armrest, plus a little spot of storage. You'll also get pockets on the back of the front seats and air vents, which kids just love having. The boot is a good size for a family, and it did fit everything we needed for the weekend, including suitcases, beach bags, snorkels and flippers and sporting equipment and lots of balls. Everything fit in here. On a more average week, you will fit in a pram and groceries, plus it has a power-operated tailgate. Driving in here is lovely. It handles really nicely. We had some very windy roads getting to our holiday house. The CX-5 coped beautifully. It's also got a brand new 2.5 litre turbo petrol engine, which is just so smooth, and it seriously like zooms up hills. I don't think I can say that many cars zoom up hills, but this one really does. We coasted along the highway and the car had plenty of power to overtake other cars when we needed to. The steering wheel feels good, it's easy to turn, and there's no heaviness on the takeoff either. Plus there were lots of bumpy, gravelly dirt roads where we were, but the CX-5 GT is all-wheel drive, so it handled that really nicely. It did use a fair amount of fuel on our trip. The fuel consumption is a claimed 8.2 litres per 100 Ks, which is higher than a non-turbo engine of the same size. The CX-5 is a relatively easy car to park. I didn't have a huge issue this week because the car isn't massive, so it'll fit into an average sized car park. Plus, you've got your reverse parking camera to help you out. Plus the turning circle isn't too big either. I had an okay time with U-turns this week. For safety, you'll get 7 airbags, plus auto emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross traffic alerts as standard, which is so great. You'll also find 2 ISOFIX points and 3 top tether points for kids' car seats. But perhaps most excitingly in the new Mazda CX-5 is that they have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Finally, the Mazda of your dreams is here. I always like using CarPlay because it means I can just plug in my phone and be instantly connected to all the main apps on my phone. I can use Google Maps to navigate, I can use Spotify to play music, and I can use voice control to make calls and send texts. The Mazda CX-5 really stands up on almost every count for a mid-sized family SUV. It's got enough space inside with plenty of boot space. It drives really well, looks lovely, plus you get all the latest in safety and technology. I gave it a family rating of 8 out of 10. My children also gave it an 8 out of 10. I think they just like driving out of Sydney in it. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel or click through to our website.